today. I am Attorney Regal Oliva and I am your host for today's edition of Partners in Law, brought to you by the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association in partnership with our official channel CCTN. And today we are joined by two inspiring women. So this is a very inspiring day. Not only we will be discussing laws or pertinent issues about legal matters, but we will be inspired by women who break through and broke glass ceilings. Today we will be joined by the latest and the newest deans of Cebu Province. And I will start off with the first ever dean of the first ever law school outside Metro Cebu and the first law school in Lapu-Lapu City. I am very happy to be joined by, of course, Attorney Maricris Batan Lasco, the new dean. Hi, Dean.
Hi, Regal.
How are you today?
I'm humbled to be here.
Okay. Dean, when were you appointed, or when did you assume as dean of the Santo Niño College?
I was actually appointed May of 2022 as Dean of the School of Law of Santo Niño Mactan College. So it was still actually last year, but we just announced it this year.
Wow. Oh, so last year pa ni ang imuhang pending appointment.
Yes.
So why did it take long for it to be official, Dean? Tell me about your journey on how the College of Law was created in this very new college also.
So actually it was Justice Ingles who introduced me to the owners of Santo Niño Mactan College. And so the owners asked help, and they said that it was really Justice Ingles who recommended me to become the first dean of the School of Law of Santo Niño Mactan. And so we talked about it, and in fact there was already a pending application even prior to me being appointed as dean. So they were really asking help because it already took so long.
Dugay na din nag-apply sila to be a law school.
Yes, I think if I'm not mistaken, 2020 or 2021. Yes.
So it took about this journey of becoming a college of law outside Cebu took 3 years, no?
Yes, 3 years.
Or was one of the obstacles in putting up this college the pandemic?
That's one, but I think it was really also more on the requirements that had to be submitted to the Legal Education Board. That's why they really needed someone who can look into it and really see if all the requirements that they previously submitted were already compliant. So when I came in, that's one of the things that I had to do first.
Wow.
So when they appointed me, I had to look into what they had submitted. I had actually to make an overhaul of the requirements.
Wow, amazing. So I'm sure there are a lot of requirements to become a college of law. We all know that this is one of the most difficult and most enduring of courses, no? And now that you are a dean, officially the dean of this college, did it take you by surprise that you were appointed dean? Because I think, I have to say, Attorney Maricris is my teacher when I was a first year law school student. But I am, I would have to say she was younger than I am. So in other words, you are probably the youngest among all deans in Metro Cebu.
I believe so.
Oh, and so how was it? Did it take you by surprise?
It took me by surprise when Justice Ingles invited me and introduced me to the owners. But if you're talking about whether it took me by surprise that I am now in this path, maybe surprise is not the right word because I come from a family of educators and deans.
Wow.
So my mom, Attorney Alicia Bathan, actually became dean of the College of Law of USGR when she was only 41 years old. And she served for 20 years. And then after she retired from USJR, she just took a leave of 5 years, I think, and then she was appointed again as dean in the College of Law of USPF and served as dean for 10 years.
So University of Southern Philippines. She was
Yes,
also dean. So two colleges.
Two colleges.
That's amazing.
Yes, and my aunt Corazon Valencia was
Yes.
also dean of the College of
And
Law.
Corazon is the sister of Alicia.
Of the
amazing,
University
no?
of San Carlos.
Oh, I would want, no, one of these days, ladies and gentlemen, let's invite the three of them, siguro, in one chit chat, because in this show we apart from discussing laws, no, we would really want to inspire women out there, because we believe that there are so many breakthroughs that women should be having and should be achieving, and this is one example here. Marie Chris is a very inspirational woman, because she is not only a faculty member of the University of San Carlos, a dean of the newest college, she is also a doting mother of two and a loving wife, no, and a very good friend. I have to say, I'm counted as one of the most fortunate friends of Marie Chris. So, Bim, I call her Bim Bim. Bim, how do you manage to balance everything? You know, being a teacher, a mother, a friend, a wife, etc. So you have a lot in your hands already.
It's actually difficult, Regal. It's very difficult. But I make it a point that every milestone or birthday celebration, I have to set it aside. In other words, I will mark my calendar that I'm busy so that I do not schedule any appointments or schedule any hearings. And Sunday is sacred to me. That means that morning and afternoon, that's just for the family, up until dinner time. After dinner, around 9 p.m., I work again on a Sunday.
Yeah, I know. If you want to contact Attorney Marie Chris here, you can contact her at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's still awake. That's her working hours. And yes, she's a very hardworking woman, and I'm a witness to that exceptional ability of her balancing everything. So she can be in the carnival na. No? Okay. Bim, what are your plans for the Santo Niño College? Because I'm sure a lot are now are looking at this school because this is the newest.
Yes.
Oh.
We're very new in the industry, so
In
to
fact,
speak.
you only offer first year
Yes.
college. Okay.
For the incoming semester.
All right.
So basically, there are no limits to your dreams, Regal.
I know.
So my dream really for the college, the School of Law of Santo Niño Mactan College, is that we will also be one of the best. Not only in Cebu, but also in the Philippines. Again, there are no limits to one's dream. So that's a dream, that's a vision, that we not only get to produce the best or top-notch lawyers, but also those lawyers with integrity. So it's really very important to us and to me that we would be known in the future to be producing top-notch lawyers with integrity.
That's nice, because and we have a new CEBU also in the law practice, and the Supreme Court has mandated all lawyers to strictly follow it.
Yes.
And that will be part of your curriculum, of course.
Of course, yes.
And if is there any curriculum that you need to suggest to the Legal Education Board that needs to be updated or needs to be changed?
Perhaps, humbly, this is a humble suggestion. In the revised model curriculum, you have their criminal procedure and civil procedure being taught in the first year. For me, it's difficult because I'm also a teacher. If I were to teach the first year something that they have not completely actually learned the substantive law. So I think it's
karon, ang
hard.
bagong curriculum karon, mag-una ang criminal law man dato before, di ba? There's Crim 1, Crim 2. And then
Now
giduha
they're
na-
taught together, criminal law 1 and criminal procedure.
Oh.
So
Okay.
for me, I think that's one thing that I humbly suggest would be, revisited, because that's not what we had before.
Yes. I'm, as far as I can remember, I got my criminal procedure when you were second year.
second year, second sem, I think.
Yes, something like that, no? Okay. So karon nagdunga na sila.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good point. What else? You taught us negotiable instruments back in College of Law.
Yes.
So are you still teaching it now?
No, there's no separate subject for negotiable instruments. So it's
happy.
integrated with commercial laws 1.
Okay.
So basically, the teacher now can assess which parts are actually still useful.
Yeah, because before there are so many parts of the law, the negotiable instruments law, which is not anymore useful. No?
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you for that. Now, can you also tell me, but by now, what's the journey for Santo Niño College after first year? What do you have to apply again to become second year, etc.?
Actually, it's rather an ongoing. The application for level 2, that means that you are now allowed to offer second year courses. So we submitted our application last June 30 also. So by next year, we will also again submit for level 3. And then
so every year,
yes.
Sige mo until ma-complete na ninyo.
Complete, yes. And so we can
Okay.
offer for all year levels.
So anytime, for example, if I'm from San Carlos and I feel that it's necessary for me to transfer to your school, maybe 4 years from now I can already transfer
Yes.
even if I'm third year.
Correct, that's correct.
Okay. So maghuwat pa gid data.
Yes.
All right. So right now, how's the enrollment going, Attorney Bim?
Surprisingly, it's actually picking up considering that it took a while for us to advertise.
Exactly.
Considering also that August is actually the start of class, but we were only able to advertise the first week of July because the permit was given to us June 29.
Oh,
So we
wow,
really
wow.
just had one month
No,
of
basically 1 month. Okay.
advertising. So
What's your the biggest perk that you have as a school right now for students to really choose Santo Niño College, Mactan?
I think we are the only law school in the Philippines
Yes.
who would give a MacBook for students for
MacBook,
first year.
huh?
Yes, first year students who would become a dean's lister for 2 consecutive semesters. I think no other law school in the Philippines have given that
Amazing.
reward if you become
So
a
unsa
dean's
siya?
lister.
Every year when you become a dean's lister, nakakay usa ka MacBook?
No, you have to be a dean's lister for 2 consecutive semesters.
Okay.
So after the second semester that you're a dean's lister, you get a MacBook.
So when you again become, in your second year, you'll have another 2 semesters
Yes.
consecutive.
We are thinking of another reward. Not anymore the MacBook if you already have the
yeah,
MacBook.
that's true. So grabe ang yung reward system here. Ha?
Yes. Again, considering that we are very new, we have to give a bang.
I remember one college of law in Cebu gave out a car.
Yes.
When you are a top notcher. So what's your
We
plan?
will also be giving a car
Oh, wow.
plus full tuition reimbursement for
Amazing.
top notchers.
Okay, so for those who have really difficult time, and you know that you can very well survive law school and ace it, then this is the right school that you have rewards. No, grabe ang reward system nila. So, okay, talking about also being a dean's lister and all, what are your requirements for scholarship? Do you have any?
Yes. For scholarship, of course, you have just to prove that you graduated with Latin honors. We do not actually distinguish. So either you're a cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude, you get a full tuition scholarship.
Oh, okay.
But of course, to maintain it, you have also to maintain a grade of 1.7.
Pero maglisod mo ani kung mo yung dean, no? Naglisod-lisod siguro na siya, Dean. You're still teaching with San Carlos, Dean.
Yes,
Isn't
I
that
am.
one? Isn't that difficult? I mean, University of San Carlos, serving with another school in Mactan. So how do you juggle the time?
Actually, now they gave me minimal load, of course, because I have also to be in Santo Niño.
What's minimal load to you? Because I remember you handling 27 units one time.
36 in fact
36.
units before.
Oh God, do you still
Yes.
rest? I mean, grab it.
I don't rest.
36 units, meaning you have to finish 36
That
hours.
means
diba?
36 hours a week.
Oh God. Okay, and you still report to your law firm.
Yes, apart from litigation practice.
That's amazing. That could be the reason why you are so haggard in so many days that we meet.
Yes.
No?
That's correct.
Muna, sa putol po siya usahay. So if you're a friend of Bim Bim, careful. You have to, also make do with your sapots at times. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hear more about you and about how inspiring you've become. But my last question before we take a break is that we all know that the practice of law is a man's world. And how do you, as a woman, make breakthroughs and break glass ceilings when all of these are happening?
Actually, when I attend court hearings, I always observe that most of the time I'm the only woman in the courtroom, or if not the only woman lawyer in the courtroom, just 2 or 3 women lawyers rather. So how to survive that? You just don't think about you being a woman or the others being men, because you are all lawyers.
Yes, and we're all equal.
Yes, so it actually does not matter.
Yeah, let us not demerit our knowledge.
Correct.
And also our power as women. So when we come back, we will be having another guest, and this time my co-host, Attorney Lalaine Esmeralda Salve, will be with you as she interviews one of the top lawyers of Cebu as she takes the helm of Dean of the biggest university in Metro Cebu. When we come back.
Now we're back with our second segment. This is Attorney Lalaine Salve Esmeralda with here as a Salian. And we are having now another Lady Dean who just assumed as the first Lady Dean of UC College of Law at the Dean Ria Lydia Espina. Hi, Dean.
Hi, thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation, and very happy to be back in Partners in Law.
Congratulations, Dean, for being appointed as a Dean of the UC College. Tell us more about your appointment.
Well, the appointment was sudden and unexpected. It wasn't in the plan, but well, he has his own plans, and I think it just all fell into place because I think, as everyone knows, the dean before me was Dean Alshraid Ismail. He had a wonderful opportunity to work abroad, and we are also very happy and proud of him because he is the embodiment of one of our attributes of global competence, because he is joining a Silicon-based company.
Wow.
And he's one of it's a C-suite position.
Wow.
So yeah, like going back to the point, as I was saying, it was quite a surprise, but we can either choose to look at it with pleasure or with pressure. So I just chose the former.
So when did you know that Dean Alshraid will
Well, Dean Alshraid formalized his intention to Attorney Go. And so from there, there were discussions on who should succeed him, because it was as I've said, it was sudden and he had to leave immediately. So his last day actually was last July 31. But we follow the direction of our chairman and president, Attorney Go, and when he decided that I should step up and assume the position, then we accepted it.
because you really
wholeheartedly.
deserve to be the dean also of the UC
Thank you,
College
thank you,
of Law.
thank
I
you.
think you are one of the pioneer batch, right, of the UC Law?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about UC Law started in 2002.
2002, yes. The UC School of Law was established in 2002, and I was part of the pioneering batch together with Dean Alshade. So he was actually my classmate. Yes, and so we graduated. 2006. We passed the bar in 2007, and since then, I've been part of the UC family.
Oh, since then you have been with the administration, not just the faculty, but the administration of UC.
Actually, I joined the UC administration in 2021.
2021.
Like middle of the pandemic. This time with as part of the finance and legal team. And but I was on the faculty since 2010, and still on the faculty now. And so.
Now, what are the challenges of being the first lady dean of UC Law? By the way, can you tell us who were the three other former deans, aside from Dean Alshade, of course? So who started the UC Law?
When we started in 2002, it was the late Dean Adelino Sitoy, who was the first dean. And then he actually had this, he told us that he will step down as dean once he produces a top-notcher. Well, on his first year, he produced one in Dean Shade. And then the next year also, we also had another top-notcher. But then after him was the assistant dean, Dean Baldomero Astenzo. And if I may say so, we call him the father of the bar regionalization, because he was pushing for that ever since, that for bar exams to be held in the regions.
And finally it happened, right?
Yes. And then after Dean Esdenso was the Dean Shade.
And you're the fourth.
Yes.
How is it to be a lady lawyer coming from all those three other deans?
Frankly, in UC, gender is not an issue. In fact, our chancellor is of course a lady, Miss Yvette Candice Duchenoy, and shortly, just preempting, but Attorney Go has been very vocal. Shortly, she will become also the president of the UC schools. Yes. So gender, I think is I believe it's not an issue, because even in our administration, 4 out of the 6 campus directors are female. And since I'm also with finance, only 2 of our accounting heads are male.
So it's not at all an issue.
Yes.
That's good to hear from, because we are already in this kind of age that women empowerment is really very apparent now in whatever field, from legal profession and the academia.
And we're also very lucky that the administration, Attorney Go, also believes in inclusivity.
And very supportive.
Yes.
UC Law has been very famous when it started of the Top the Bar, Get the Car program.
Yes.
Do we still have it now, or can you explain about it?
Yes, that's an ongoing incentive by Attorney Go for the for the School of Law. So it's actually he gives a car to whoever would top the bar at any place. So not just the first, because in UC also that particular incentive is given to top-notchers, but only for those who will land on the first place as far as other courses are concerned.
Other courses.
Yes.
But for the bar,
School of Law, yes.
Yeah, any rank. But we have changes already in the ranking system in the bar, so it would still be, as long as you are already in the...
Yes. The latest one, we gave a car to one of the exemplary students.
Yes, exemplary students. So you will be given. So if there are 5 or 10 of them, we will
no matter
10
how
cars will be given. So that is being continued at present.
Yes.
Okay. You also have this no tuition fee program for the College of Law. What is it all about?
Yes, actually, this incentive again or benefit is institution wide. Attorney Go, well, I think everyone knows in Cebu that his mantra is really to provide access to quality legal education. So we don't have any tuition fee increases at all. So this is how it goes. Like when you enter first year, you will be assured that whatever would be your charges, that would be the amount of tuition and school fees that you would be paying until you graduate.
Oh, so from first year to fourth year, same tuition
Yes.
fee.
So you would already know how much your total the cost of
Cost
education
of
would
education.
be. Yes.
You still have existing scholarships offered.
Yes.
For the
Yes,
UC
for
College of Law.
for incoming students for 1L, if you graduated with Latin honors, so we provide full scholarship, and if you're a summa or magna cum laude graduate, then it also comes with free books. So it's not just allowance. So whatever the teacher would prescribe, then you get free books. If you're also a top notcher in any licensure exams, then you also get a full scholarship. And then thereafter, depending on your grade point average, then the same scholarship would also apply.
So law schools now are very competitive with all these offers. I heard
Yes.
Dean Maricruz was explaining to us about the Santo Niño College of Law's offer now. Here's UC, and I've heard the UV is offering house and lot
Yes,
for
yes.
the bar top notchers. So
Yes.
maybe USC now would also offer another, give another
I think
offer.
well, USC is offering scholarship. Like if you top the bar, you are given the opportunity to grant a scholarship to any person of your choice and any course, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so we will continue with that program still when you assume that when you are already now a dean, and UC will continue with all these incentives given to bar top notchers and these
Yes.
scholars.
Yes.
But do you have any plans of probably imposing a different or changes in either in the curriculum or in the policy of UC when in your deanship as a UC in the UC College of Law?
Changes, well, the UC School of Law's vision is really to be student centered and to provide an environment that can inculcate in lawyers the attributes of global competence, ethical excellence, and social responsiveness. So that still remains to be our mantra, and I believe my predecessors have set in place the mechanisms that would help us attain our vision, and I don't plan any significant changes, but just to continue the initiatives, and because we're also evolving, so probably fine tune and improve on it. So yeah,
Because
that's
for how many years that UC Law has been in the College of Law and and producing bar top notchers, it has also been doing well among also the
Yes.
schools, law schools,
Yes.
not just in Cebu but all over Philippines. right?
Yes. Probably just an addition, we're very thankful also that we have we've been consistently performing well, but there is that elusive 100%. So probably if you think of not naman changes but additional
That's your
innovations,
goal.
yeah, to aim for 100%.
For 100%.
And in the meantime, we would also have additional measures on the percentage that who did not pass the bar at the same time with the batchmates. So probably measures to address those
Go for 100%.
yes.
Let's talk about your teaching career. How long have you been teaching already?
How long? Well, actually, when I graduated from college, which was like aeons ago. I actually took up BS Commerce, major in accounting, so that you know. Right now it's BSA. Okay,
Yes.
so I think Dean Marcus is BSA or but
So the two lawyers, dean lawyers here, are CPA lawyers.
yes,
Graduated from University of San Carlos.
yes, from USC, but back during my time, it was just major in accounting. Okay, so like our viewers there, so you can calculate number. When was that? Anyway, after I graduated, I taught at USC in the School of Business and Economics, teaching accounting subjects. And then after when I took up law, became a lawyer, I taught also in the undergrad of UC. It was only in
While taking up law.
no, after I passed
after you passed
after I passed the bar, because I was working also at the same time while I was studying law.
Okay, you were a working law student.
Yes, pursuing my finance career. And then I joined the faculty when Dean Estenzo invited me. So since 2010, I've been teaching, handling. I handled StatCon before, handled also negotiable instruments, which is
Just
no
like
longer in the
Chris.
and then what else? Torts and damages and constitutional law.
This is since 2010 and up to present.
Yes.
So you will be assuming the deanship and at the same time teaching still
Yes,
subjects. So what
yes.
subjects will you still be teaching?
I will be concentrating on constitutional law too, so we'll be giving up torts and damages.
Okay. Now that before we take a break, what can you tell the other women there who are in the field of the academe or in the legal profession and who shouldn't be afraid of taking the challenge to be or to take that particular post?
Okay, well, first of all, hats off to all those women who are in the academe, and not only that, who are married. By the way, I'm single and don't have any kids, so I can just imagine. And as it is, everything is like hectic, right?
Already.
So yeah, so I can, as I was saying, kudos to all those mother lawyers and teachers out there, because it's a 24/7 job. So, but I would also like to think that being a teacher is also being like a mother. So I consider myself to have like hundreds of children, because at UC Law, that's what I always tell my students, that once you become a part of UC Law, you become a member of the UC family. And being a member of the family, so before, when I was younger, like I was like a tita or an aunt, but now I'm the mother of these students. So it's as I've said, a 24/7 job, but it's doable. With my mantra actually also is everyone can do it through Christ who strengthens us.
Congratulations, Dean. Congratulations for being the first Lady Dean of UC Law. And as we go back to another segment, we will be going back with Attorney Regal and Attorney Mary Chris Bathan.
Okay, and so we're back. At this time, kompleto namin. We have Attorney Lalaine as my co-host here, an officer of the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association, and with, of course, our two newest deans in the Metro Cebu. We have the first dean of the Santo Niño Mactan College, Dean Maricris Bathan, and of course, the first woman dean of the University of Cebu College of Law. Amazing. Again, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I have a question to Ria. Over the past decade, there are women lawyers. There are more women students studying the College of Law compared to the men, and they say that this is a men's world. Lawyering is a men's world. So maybe 10 years from now, are you seeing that the law practice will be dominated or will be overtaken by women practicing law?
Yes, yes, you're right. There are more female or women students practicing, studying law. When they say that lawyering is a man's world, I think we're talking about litigation. There are also women lawyers that are in other fields, but it's just that in litigation, there's few of them. So yes, we foresee that more female lawyers will be practicing or be in litigation.
That's nice. And
If I also
okay.
may add, I think there's also we see fewer women lawyers in litigation because
Why?
Women, sorry for the men for like generalizing things, but women tend to go for an alternative mode of resolving conflicts. So maybe when clients go to women lawyers, they don't go straight to court, but find other ways to resolve the conflict.
Bim, Dean Maricris, you are a litigator.
Yes.
For about siguro more than 10 years you've been
14
working.
years.
14 years. Is this true? Ikaw, Lynn, are you a litigator yourself?
Also a litigator.
But is this true that you tend to do compromise rather than continue with the case?
It
Ikaw?
actually depends. It depends on the case. So if I feel that it can be solved out of court, then yes, I do encourage the client that it's easier, less pressure, less stress, less cost if you settle out of court, because it's very costly to pursue it in court.
I agree to that, Bim. Also, being a practicing lawyer, if we are only out of financial income, lawyers will tend to litigate and all. But I believe we are for the best interest of the client. If this doesn't do good to the client, and settlement is the best interest of the client, then we will push for that. But it does not mean we are weak because we wanted to push for compromise. We are just for the best interest of the client, and that's really reality in litigation.
Okay. So dili na ni siya mao ang storya nga katong nay usa ka anak ni adto sa iyang amahan ug lipay kay siya kay bago pa siyang abogado ningon siya nga pa bag-ura kong na dismiss tay nako akong kaso kay nag-compromise ko. Maayo gud ko nga abogado ningon po di ka maayo kay ikaw nahuman ka og klase, nahuman ka og eskwela og College of Law tungod ani akong kaso nga pila na katuig. Di ba? So gone are the days. Gone are the days nga kita magsalig na lang kita sa kaso nga mao na lang gid na. Kay I think daghan kay kaso karon.
Yes.
What's the number one case now, Attorney Bim, that you're handling cases? Academic ka ba? Sa may pinakadaghan nga kaso nga gipang-file karon sa mga tao?
Well, in the firm, mostly nullity cases.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And surprisingly, it's no longer the women who are filing.
It's the men?
It's the men.
Uy, wow. Why? Do they feel abused by the wives?
That I do not know.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting, huh? So, men, oh my goodness. That could be a
I
very
think
nice
that's,
topic next time, huh?
Men empowerment.
Next time, no, maybe we will have laws about men, equality of men, and not anymore equality of
Or
women.
a counterpart of the Bausi. That's what they've been clamoring for.
Exactly, no, because women have been really some women. I have have to say that this might not be this might be an isolated case, but there have been a number of cases already that women are abusing the husbands, and
That's reality.
I've read that in Supreme Court cases, di ba, Lane?
Yes, that's why they're clamoring for violence against men.
Oh.
Yes.
Ala, no, I really thought nga, ang daghan kayong kaso karon nga nagsulpot is cyber libel
Yan.
or
That's what I thought
cyberbullying,
also.
no? And now because of the social media explosion, mas daghan nagbuwag ganun man, mas dali ka makakita og kanang
Lain.
lain.
Mas tagag ganan og freedom para makaadto sa
No?
lain.
So mas daghan
So many options online.
More options.
perhaps?
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
no, kaya na dating online and everything, and you feel that you don't find that in your wife or your partner. Then hala, maghiwalay ko. So are you okay? Kani because out of the blue lang gid, because you've been telling that Attorney Ria, are you in favor of the divorce bill to be passed?
Actually, if I talk as a lawyer,
Yes.
then I'm in favor of that. But we need to put in place grounds on grounds that only under certain grounds would divorce be allowed. Because, well, as I
Unlike
said,
the divorce outside of the country.
yes, it's very
so
easy that you just say irreconcilable differences.
Okay.
So it should be under very special circumstances.
So you want a more stringent law for the divorce?
Yes.
Okay.
But
So,
they should also
di po
be
siguro
given
Di po siguro tabo balik sa annulment. katong stringent kay nga annulment nga kuan Attorney Rino.
Yes,
Oh.
because at present when you handle nullity cases and you see the pain suffered by the clients
And also the children.
the children are
Oh.
suffering, and you would want to think divorce is a better option for them, not undergoing such a traumatic presentation of witnesses in court involving children. However, I agree also that we also have to have a deterrent to make it easier for us to just untie the marital vows, to make it
See?
stronger.
So the
Personally,
kind-
actually, Regal, I am for
Yeah.
divorce.
Okay, the dean of the two Catholic, a faculty of a Catholic school, a dean of another Catholic school. So you are in favor of the
because
divorce bill.
when you handle so many nullity cases, you see the pain that the family goes through.
Okay.
You would think that it's much better that this will conclude in an easier and less painful way. But actually, if you look at the recent jurisprudence, the Supreme Court is actually liberalizing nullity. You have the Tan Andal case and the Manolo case. It's actually liberalizing nullity. Now it's not divorce, but it's almost divorce.
Okay. So pwede na it's easier now to get
Easier.
a divorce. Get a nullity to
Easier.
declare your marriage null.
Null and void.
Oh.
Yeah, because before you can see parties really inventing all those psychological incapacity just for them to be granted with nullity.
This is a very nice topic to discuss. No, one of these days, let's discuss about family law, and maybe kung kamo nagtanaw mo manapod mo problema sa inyong asawa or bana, then you might tune in to more shows of partners-in-law with Celia. But the next question that I have, because both of you are women leaders, you are also a former IBP president of Cebu chapter. You're also a director of the IBP Cebu City, and now you're handling or leading the colleges of law in your different institutions. Now, there is such thing as what we call the Queen Bee syndrome. Now, the Queen Bee syndrome is where women will not allow other women to succeed, especially in a women in their field. Now, have you ever experienced that, Attorney Ria? Or are you doing it as a woman leader yourself?
As I was saying before, I guess I'm just lucky that in my years of working in the workplace, the institutions that I've been with or the companies that I've been with are for gender equality. So so no to Queen Bee syndrome.
Ikaw, Bim. Are you a queen bee yourself?
I am not.
Okay, Ganan's declaration.
I am not a
Okay.
queen bee. In fact, I get so happy if I see my students who really get to achieve and succeed. And I really help them out. I even bring clients to them because for me, the success of the teacher is, when you see your students succeed.
But not only students, how about your co-teachers or co-faculty members? And you feel that they are also wanting the position that you're occupying. Is that a threat to you?
No.
Okay.
I don't find it as a threat because
nice.
you can't be the dean forever.
Oh, that's nice.
You also have to give other people a chance to also contribute. You don't have the monopoly of intelligence or of excellence.
That's nice.
So-
And talking about excellence, Bim, over the past years, Lane, nahitabo magod karon sa mga let's go back to bar exams this time. Every time lahi ang chairman or lahi ang bar examiner, lahi po ng rules, especially on bar top notchers. During the time of Leonen, for example, wala na top notcher sa bar.
Yes.
It was exemplary or
Yes. Depending on the average.
depending on the average.
Scores, yes.
And then last year, gibalik na po ang top notchers. And this time, top 20. Now, for you, ikaw, Attorney Bim, for you, is it necessary to put top notchers in bar examinations?
Personally, yes.
Okay.
Because it encourages excellence and inspires success. So that's
So for
a
you-
personal take.
Ikaw, for you, Ri, unsa magid imo mas ganahan? Katong exemplary or katong yung top notcher din?
Yeah, sorry, I beg to disagree. I was in favor of the best bar ever mechanics that they recognize of course outstanding performance in the bar, but to do away with individual accomplishments, and in that way also they also put emphasis on the law schools.
Yeah,
So-
because naman to yung mga top law schools, di ba?
Yes, oo.
Nagipagawas po sila. And over the past bar exams also, Lane, naputi nakitaan nga daghang kay changes, ha?
Yes.
First is the regionalization of the bar. No, we have been clamoring for that, and yeah, thanks to Dean Stenzo.
Online.
Yeah,
The
and then
online examination.
and then right now, digitalization na siya. In other words, mag-type na. Sa una, nakapasar siguro kung bar kayo, kung agi.
Oh, so you have nice handwriting.
That's what they
Kapwicked
say, di ba?
suwat, di
If you have very nice handwriting, pero sigurado na ka makapasar sa bar. What do you think of this, Attorney Bim? Moving forward, di ba? 4 years from now, your students will be taking the bar also in the Santo Niño College. Unsa magid mas ganahan ka tong atuang na experience nga isuwat pa ang answer, or you like it better nga we're typing it in a laptop?
I think we should adopt to advancement and technology. So I think it's good that we already have exams where you type, because you don't make pleadings handwritten, you also type. And I'm very happy with regionalization.
Yeah, okay. Same with you.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
We're now in the era of digitalization, right?
Yes.
So-
But I
and
have a problem.
I have very small handwriting, so
Okay. But I have a problem with this digitalization because the kids now, they have very bad penmanship.
Yeah.
And magsalig
Yes,
lang nila
that's
because they type. They type very fast, but they have very bad penmanship these days, no? So, ikaw, Lane, how about you? Do you have any questions for our two
In
lady
relation to that,
leadings?
relation to that digitalization, at present there is also the move from the Legal Education Board on the online and the face-to-face holding of classes. Are you agreeable that we have to go back to face-to-face when in fact we already had the online classes because of the pandemic? Or are you agreeable to a blended, hybrid, or full face-to-face? Dean Ria.
okay, yes, the Legal Education Board actually issued Memorandum Order number 30, wherein they directed schools to transition to on-site learning.
Balik na sa traditional.
Yes.
Okay.
It's hybrid in the sense that only elective subjects will be allowed to have that hybrid type of learning modality.
Okay.
As a lawyer, we all know that the Constitution provides the right to academic freedom. So it's stated in our Constitution that institutions of higher learning, just like law schools, should have the prerogative to determine for themselves what is the best modality of providing legal education for as long as it does not compromise the standards of the Legal Education Board. But as far as UC law is concerned, we were actually having face-to-face classes already since last school year.
Okay.
Since last school year.
Yes, but us as lawyers have said, the lab, if you could just ask them to respect the right to academic freedom of the schools.
Since we're running out of time, Attorney Dean Bimbim, can you invite prospective students to your college to enroll and to choose your school?
Yes. While we may still be very new, but we have our roster of our faculty is perhaps the one of the best blend of the ones young, the young ones, and the feeling young.
Okay.
And we have so many incentives for those who would really want to study law. So especially those who are in Lapu-Lapu City, the school has already, or rather, dool na kaayo sila sa inyo. You don't have to cross the bridge to study law. So I invite everyone who has, or rather who has dreams of becoming a lawyer.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again. Dean Ria Espina and Dean Maricris Batanlasco. Thank you very much, Attorney Lalaine, for being my co-host today. I am Regal Oliva, and we say goodbye. And the next segment, please stay tuned. We'll be discussing more controversies about law and law practice and whatever matters that you want to hear from us. Thank you.